Dougal from Longstone Tyres has dealt with these things for years and years and years, and he is going to give us an education on why these are just so good, and also some of the other amazing tyres that Ferrari has used over the years. Here's Dougal.
Hi Rossa fans, you're at Longstone Tyres now. We're old car fans through and through. This is the old car I drove into work in this morning, and this is my racing car over here at Fraser Nash. But that's not what we're here to talk about. What we're here to talk about is classic Ferrari tyres. Okay. Now, the world of classic Ferrari tyres are extremely well catered for currently. We've got pretty much all the most important ones you might need, except for the rear tyre of about 2 years of Ferrari Testarossa. Other than that, we've got a lot covered. So start off with your classic crossply tyre, the Pirelli Stella Bianca, for your 1950s sports cars. Things like 250 Europa would have fitted that. And then in 1964, Pirelli developed the ability to make a 205 section tyre. It was enormous in those days. It was a major drama to have such an excitingly fat tyre. And this is here, this is the Pirelli Cintrato 205 VR15 CN72. This came out in 1964. And to have a tyre that fat in 1964 was super cool. And that's fitted to a Ferrari wire wheel, as Ferrari did in the 50s and 60s. And then 1968, low profile tyres were developed. So cars like the Ferrari Dino fitted this tyre here. So that's still a 205 section tyre, but 70% of the width of the tyre is the height of the sidewall, whereas that was 80%. So we're getting low profile there. So that was taken on by the Dino in 1968, and the Daytona started using them again in 1968. The big leap forward in the middle of the 70s, 74, 75, with tyres like this Pirelli P7 here that the Porsche 930 started fitting, and the Porsche Carrera, and that moved on to the rest of the 911s. And at the same time, Ferrari went with Michelin's angle of the low profile, the super low profile tyre with a TRX. Now, the difference with these is this is what we call, this is a 55 profile tyre. So instead of the 80 profile tyre of the late 50s and 60s, we moved up, and then the 70 profile tyre of 1968, and then in the mid 70s we moved on to lower profile tyres than that. So this is a 55 section tyre. So for the 512 BBI, like we're talking about today, that had a 240 55 415. So it's 240 millimetres wide, so that's dramatically wider than that 205 of 1964. But it's 55% profile, so the sidewall height is 55% 240 millimetres. And that fitted onto a 415mm rim. Why 415mm, you might ask yourself? Because all the rest of the cars in the world were using imperial rim sizes. But Ferrari's TRX tyres, the high-tech TRX technology of the day, needed a different rim profile, which I've drawn some graphs to show you here. So, on a standard rim, you can see the flange of it here is quite tall and a sharp angle. So, it forced it to have a complicated flex in the sidewall. The standard tyres had like an S-shaped flex in there, which all that extra movement created more friction and heat build-up, but it also didn't disperse the tensions of the tyre as well as the TRX tyre. So just immediately looking at the rim profile on here, we can see that this rim is shallower. It's not such a deep flange on the side of it, utilising more of the sidewall to absorb the vibration of the road. And the way that the bead wire, it's the bead wire here, is held into the carcass is done in a different manner with the TRX as well. And the way this whole structure works is it allows a more simplified flex in the sidewall, like an S-flex, a C-flex, instead of the S-flex of a normal tyre, thereby dispersing the tensions of the tyre more evenly and creating less heat build-up. So that worked really well, and they were able to lower the sidewall height of the tyre and make it really suited to, really high performance supercars of the day, and give you that extra bit of grip, put more rubber in contact with the road, but still in a way that handled well. So although the 512 BBI did have the same size tyres front and rear, Ferrari liked to stretch a rear tyre onto the rims to give you that predictability and progressive handling. So the rim widths of the 512 BBI are different. The front rim is is 180mm wide, and the rear rim is 210mm wide. So the same tyre has the characteristics of what it's going to do for the handling of the car changed by putting a wider rim on the back. And the car was designed with the carcass structure of a tyre like this in mind, so they complement each other. A Ferrari is made out of a selection of top quality components that are all balanced and work together and make that fantastic piece of kit that Ferrari is. And it's Michelin, so the compounds are exceptional. Now, the carcass gives you the handling you want, but we've got more grip, and we've got particularly more grip in the wet because these are modern compounds. They're greener, they're better for the environment, but they also work better in the wet. So it is a high quality product. It will make your car handle the way it should do, and we're pleased that Michelin currently is supporting us with such a brilliant range of classic car tyres. So there you go, 512 BBI tyres, Michelin TRX. If you want any more information, you Rata fans, contact Longstone Tyres, and we'll see if we can help you out. Thank you very much.
Well guys, there you go. I love Dougal. He's such a character, and what he doesn't know about tyres is just not worth knowing. Anyway, if you got any tyre needs, especially these real tricky ones, period correct tyres, Longstone are the place to go. I'll put their details in the description below the video, and I've got to say a massive thanks to Dougal and Longstone Tyres for helping me out with these TRX period correct special tyres on the Boxer.